Welcome to the DeFi Standard, and this is Mickey B. Fresh. Today, XRP's price just getting over $1. Wow, it's exciting times with the SEC lawsuit against Ripple and the SEC's case starting to fall apart here. It's exciting to see that XRP is going over $1 with only good things ahead of it to happen. But one thing I did want to touch on that kind of seems has gone under the radar, and Ripple tweeted out again because it seems like it just was missed by a lot of the community. So MoneyGram is an old company that really hasn't been doing that well, to be honest. And they kind of replaced them with Tranglo and what's behind Tranglo, and is the TNG Financial. That's really the key here. And they even changed some of the wording in their report that they put out, the Ripple Insights. They put a 40% stake in Tranglo and TNG Financial, which is this powerhouse Southeastern Asian e-wallet company that has multiple subsidiaries under it. And TNG stands for the Next Generation Financial. So that's, I thought, really interesting how they use that as their acronym for their company. But that's the big company behind Tranglo. So Tranglo is just one of the e-wallet providers that TNG has as a subsidiary. But there's multiple. So let's go into it now and take a look. So here's TNG, and TNG Financial Group pioneers a global social banking platform for e-wallets. So e-wallets is that cash payout. That's that last mile that's always been necessary for financial institutions and merchants worldwide, delivering frictionless, interoperable, real-time transfers and instant messaging. A state-of-the-art digital ecosystem empowers billions of smart customers and businesses to win in 160 countries. So here, now look, we have the TNG wallet, then we have Tranglo, which is the one they invested in, but these other subsidiaries are all going to eventually be part of the same network, Ripplenet. So they pretty much using Tranglo here for ODL, for e-wallet operators, banks, and remittance companies. Now, they also have Global E-Money Alliance here, which is in 160 countries. And they also have WalletCoo. This is in mini shops and e-retail, e-money movement, e-commerce. And then the TNG wallet over here, that's really huge in Hong Kong and a lot of Malaysia and these other countries. So this is the last mile. And this, in my opinion, is a huge step up for MoneyGram in that part of the world. So this will enable that last mile payout to happen. And with all their subsidiaries, it's a huge upgrade. So this is one of the unicorn companies in Southeast Asia that they pretty much partnered with and created a subsidiary for, which is Tranglo. So here's some more of their vision. TNG Finance Group aim is to realize this vision as quickly as possible with carefully managed resources, effort, passion to do more, and personal integrity. TNG FinTech Group's business ethos is dynamic. Our focus is foremost on serving people by giving financial services to those unbanked. So this is also going into the unbanked population. This is going into the e-commerce and the cross-border in Southeast Asia. So this is really going to extend Ripplenet's ability in all these countries. So this is when ODL goes on, there's going to be that easy connection into those banks. And now there's other documents I found that show TNG is deep into connections with some big banks in Southeast Asia. Now remember, the banks don't use ODL to send payments. Their customers do. And the payment providers' customers do send the payments. So basically, they just need the connections in the banks just to have those accounts in those countries. But the payouts and the last mile happen from these money service providers and e-wallets. Everything is going. So on the traditional side, we have the e-wallets. Now we have digital wallets coming from the crypto side. Eventually, all that's going to merge, and there's just going to be mobile wallets. However, there's different definitions of how you describe them, crypto. But see, PayString here, that's what allows to bridge these two types of wallets, e-wallets and crypto wallets. and they'll be able to interact with each other in the future. So that's one step. Now I want to go over to Tranglo's actual website. So they talk about how this is going to use ODL. So this is the company that Ripple invested 40% in, and 60% is TNG Financial, who owns the others. So this was really interesting just to see where they're going with this, but there's more behind the scenes than just, oh, Tranglo on the surface. There's TNG Financial behind it. That's the key here. And that's a much bigger player than MoneyGram in Southeast Asia, tremendously bigger. So we have a huge upgrade here in this, and they already have their e-wallet everywhere. See, MoneyGram didn't do the e-wallet thing. Maybe they were looking to go there, but they just never made it there. So this is already an established player with millions and millions of e-wallets. Another thing I wanted to take a look at was Blockset redid their website. Now, this is the company that SBI and Ripple funded, that's built by BRD. This is the turnkey solutions for the banks, for the financial institutions, and there's some big boy partners on here. So we're talking Fidelity, we're talking IBM, we're talking Deloitte, KPMG, CipherTrace, Chain Analysis, all of those are on here, Anchorage. So they're all using this as a turnkey solution to allow to build wallets on their front end, because the banks and institutions are not going to be able to build that stuff. They're not going to run the node infrastructure. They're not going to do all that stuff. The KYC, the AML. This is a simple API they could plug in and then have a front end for their customers and build out their solution. So this allows them to make white label solutions, is basically what I'm getting at here. So you're not going to see like a big brand name push with this, but this is the behind the scenes. So listen to this video here.
The banking and fintech ecosystem is evolving rapidly. Recent regulatory changes now allow banks to hold digital assets for their customers, opening up a multi-trillion-dollar custody market. Institutions that were already developing their digital asset strategies are now scrambling to accelerate their efforts as the industry shifts towards this new digital platform. Taking quick and decisive action has never been more important. To build a high-end digital asset solution, you'll need industry-leading compliance and security architecture, matched with unparalleled expertise in digital asset custody. With Blockset for banking, you get it all. The custodial solutions built by our security architects combine their knowledge of Bitcoin and other crypto protocols with our state-of-the-art wallet technology. They deliver the compliance you require and the security your customers demand. With out-of-the-box AML compliance, Blockset's lightning-fast speed to market reduces the deployment timeframe by 80%, while empowering your digital asset strategy for top-line growth. We've established partnerships with top firms like IBM, Deloitte, and SBI to protect the assets of millions of global users, and we're ready to partner with you. We help you design and build a platform that introduces new investors and institutions to crypto and other digital assets. By multiplying the value of the assets under your protection, you'll produce a crucial source of revenue in this growing industry. The age of digital assets is here. Accelerate your strategy with Blockset for banking.
So look at that. That pretty much explains the whole infrastructure that's needed behind the scenes so that these enterprises, payment providers, institutions, whoever they are, fintechs in the future that are going to build out for their customers are going to be able to utilize this easily. And they have a slew of partnerships. I mean, this allows wallet as a service. So pretty much they could just create their wallets for multiple assets because all the nodes and the multi-chain hosting is done by Blocksets in the back end, and they could easily make their apps. This is the only way we're going to be able to see mainstream adoption. These wallet providers, they're not going to be able to build that. Even Bakkt is using a third party. I think they're using this. We don't know for sure. That's just speculation. But I have a good feeling they are. So now Blockchain DB provides a simplified, unified API to read and write across multiple blockchains. Simplify chain data manipulation with global scalability and real-time data, both unmatched and in the industry. So this is huge that they're able to build all this behind the scenes. And then here's your digital asset toolkits, which allows for identity and access management, fiat gateways. So, here's another video.
When protecting your customers' assets, milliseconds can be worth millions of dollars. And And now with recent regulations allowing banks and financial institutions to also hold digital assets, those same milliseconds can be worth billions instead. How many tools do you need to mitigate the risk of having your customers' assets stolen? Just one. Blockset for banking. Blockset provides comprehensive real-time AML and anti-fraud solutions for financial institutions using state-of-the-art security infrastructure. By drawing on key partnerships with financial titans, Blockset builds mission-critical solutions for top global banks and consulting firms. With our technology and your
Mission-critical solutions? That sounds a lot like PolySign.
side, your platform will meet the regulatory standard for digital asset transactions. Our expertise in regulatory compliance is at the core of our AML and anti-fraud solutions. It shapes the development of the latest in compliance monitoring, real-time fraud prevention, and crypto threat intelligence. Get on-demand multi-chain data from a single, unified API while you comply with AML regulations, monitor transactions, and track risk for your clients and your company. With Blockset, you can detect and categorize transactions linked to criminal activity. Once the risk is identified, you can score it.
All right, that's enough with that. But this pretty much shows how they have a solution that's going to handle all the KYC, all the AML, and then you don't have to build all these things in the back end. So now this is separate from like Ripplenet, which is the payment network. This is just allowing them to access crypto in general. And there will be overlap there. And with things like PolySign, which is specifically dealt with custody and key management, they're going to use certain solutions. So I'm going to be doing that PolySign part 2. I basically dug up enough information where I think I'm confident enough now to what is being used in PolySign stands for. It's not just multi-signature. It's crypto conditions, which was a component of Interledger that was taken out, and it has like 7 different modules. It's multi-layer, multi-algorithm, and multi-signature. So these modules allow you to create basically smart contracts between different blockchains. This is how they were able to go in the Bank of England test proof of concept in 2017 from 7 different ledgers. So that's all these modules. You can create your own proprietary, and this is a standard with the IETF. Even Cardano uses components of crypto conditions. Now, Stephen Thomas was the one who created this, and that's where I think the confusion came from with Codius. So Codius is just the hosting protocol. Codius combined with crypto conditions is where the magic really happens. And that's where it's been hard to decipher. So it's taken me like 2 years plus to figure this out. Pretty much got it down. So look forward to that video coming out. I'll go more in depth about it. But basically, it was like the secret sauce on top of Interledger. But it's not included in the Interledger standard. They kept it out because it was just so complex. But it can be used in different ways. So I'm going to go into it. We'll show all the info that happened, all the events. So this is really, that's what the poly means, multiple. So multi-algorithm, multi-layer, multi-sign. And then it can be built, basically you use what algorithms for what use case. And PolySign has one use case. So it's going to be very exciting to see that in the future. And now here are some of the other companies. So just for Blocksets, which is part of this. This happened all right when SBI came on board. So we have Fireblocks, SBI Wallet, Fidelity, right here, Fidelity, right in the middle, partner. We have Anchorage, the first crypto bank in the US. We have Elliptic, Chain Analysis, Onfido, so Bitstamp. I mean, there's some big names on here. So this is Ripple and SBI's basically infrastructure company that they created for this to create turnkey design and development. So everything could be built in just one shot. So as the crypto market builds up and the prices keep going higher and higher, and the traditional markets are looking to get in, they're going to look for turnkey solutions, white label. Well, what is everyone else using that's regulated? KYC, AML. It gets that stamp of approval, just like Ripplenet, SOC 2 compliant. So is Global ID now, too, which is the identity solution. And then we're going to see PayString come along. Those are the things in the future that will allow, once XRP gets the regulatory clarity, to let push to the next level. And that's where Flare and XRP, I think, will just leapfrog things on Ethereum. Stay with the experiment. They were out there, they created all the excitement, but now the real players come in. and the real products that are built from the ground up to support long-term sustainability, like what Flare Finance is doing. I mean, the products are just on another level, and the infrastructure to what's being built compared to what's out there. You just can't see it yet, but once we get there, this is where you want to be. So keep that in mind. This is not financial advice. I'm Mickey B. Fresh, and I'm out.